Hey everybody, welcome back to week 3 with Chapter Chat with Teeden. Today we're reading from Chapter 1 of Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life and Maybe the World. This book was written by Admiral William H. McRaven. McRaven is a retired Navy SEAL who served 37 years and led in some of the toughest situations around the world. In 2014, he gave a graduation speech at the University of Texas that went viral because of its powerful yet practical message. His speech later became this book, and it shares 10 principles that are meaningful life lessons from SEAL training that apply to everyone, whether you're preparing for the military or just navigating high school. Each chapter pairs a story from his career with a life principle about discipline, resilience, and perseverance. Chapter 1 introduces the very first lesson, which seems small at first, make your bed, but sets the foundation for everything else. So we're going to start with just a little excerpt from this chapter, starting on page 6. Throughout my life in the Navy, making my bed was the one constant that I could count on every day. As a young sail assigned aboard the USS Grayback, a special operations submarine, I was berthed in sick bay, where the beds were stacked 4 high. The salty old doctor who ran sick bay insisted that I make my rack every morning. He often remarked that if the beds were not made and the room was not clean, how could the sailors expect the best medical care? As I later found out, this sentiment of cleanliness and order applied to every aspect of military life. 30 years later, the Twin Towers came down in New York City. The Pentagon was struck, and brave Americans died in an airplane over Pennsylvania. At the time of the attacks, I was recuperating in my home from a serious parachute accident. A hospital bed had been wheeled into my government quarters, and I spent most of my day lying on my back trying to recover. I wanted out of that bed more than anything else. Like every SEAL, I longed to be with my fellow warriors in the fight. When I was finally well enough to lift myself unaided from the bed, the first thing I did was pull the sheets up tight, adjust the pillow, and make sure the hospital bed looked presentable to all those who entered my home. It was my way of showing that I had conquered the injury and was moving forward with my life. Within 4 weeks of 9/11, I was transferred to the White House, where I spent the next 2 years in the newly formed Office of Combating Terrorism. And by October of 2003, I was in Iraq at our makeshift headquarters on the Baghdad airfield. For the first few months, we slept in army cots. Nevertheless, I would wake up every morning, roll up my sleeping bag, and place the pillow at the head of the cot and get ready for the day. In December 2003, U.S. forces captured Saddam Hussein. He was held in confinement, during which time we kept him in a small room. He also slept on an army cot, but with the luxury of sheets and a blanket. Once a day, I would visit Saddam to ensure my soldiers were properly caring for him. I noticed with some sense of amusement that Saddam did not make his bed. The covers were always crumpled at the foot of his cot, and he rarely seemed inclined to straighten them. During the ensuing 10 years, I had the honor of working with some of the finest men and women this nation has ever produced, from generals to privates, from admirals to seamen recruits, from ambassadors to clerk typists. The Americans who deployed overseas in support of the war efforts came willingly, sacrificing much to protect this great nation. They all understood that life is hard and that sometimes there is little you can do to affect the outcome of your day. In battle, soldiers die. Families grieve. Your days are long and filled with anxious moments. You search for something that can give you solace, that can motivate you to begin your day, that can be a sense of pride in oftentimes an ugly world. But it is not just combat. It is daily life that needs the same sense of structure. Nothing can replace the strength and comfort of one's faith, but sometimes the simple act of making your bed can give you the lift that you need to start your day and provide you with the satisfaction to end it right. If you want to change your life and maybe the world, start off by making your bed. I just love this book. I love this book. I love this book. If any of you want to read it, you can come visit me. Probably the highlight for you is that it's only about 130 pages long. It's a great first read if you haven't read in a while. But why do you think that McCraven starts with something as small as making your bed? What does that say about how small habits can affect a bigger part of your life? If you feel like answering that question this week, if you feel like writing me on a little index card, sticky note or something, and you want to give it to me, I might pick you to win our first prize of the week. I just would love your feedback on why you think making your bed is something that could just make your day better and create this healthier and happier life for you. So thank you for your time. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you soon.